welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We're ready for MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the New York Mets taking on the Baltimore Orioles. We have an absolute treat on tap today as two of the game's best pitchers go head-to-head, Siggy.
Yeah, and when these two are on, it's nothing short of electric, Boog. Neither of them likes to give an inch. Fierce competitors that have been dominant all season long. Will be a legit pitching duel in this one.
Back with the first pitch right after this. Coming up on the first pitch and starting this one, Zach Eflin. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Siggy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate, and that's what he's been to this point. We'll see how he is today.
On the ground. Tosses to first. One up, one down. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. And a big factor for them in recent games, Jose Siri.
Well, Boog, he's a guy to watch because he capitalizes on the big situations as well as anyone. Hitting over 350 with runners in scoring position. And you know what that means? That means he's a key player for this offense because he can really drive them in when the team needs him the most. He's been clutch all year.
Pete Alonso, the next to hit, takes outside. Alonso went deep in his most recent game. And that's in the dirt. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Two down, base is empty. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Juan Soto. There's a strike. Two outs, base is empty. Here's the 0-2. There's a high chopper. Mateo sends it to first. And the Mets go 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Mets. And now the O's will get their first crack at it. No score. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. And our pitcher tonight, Clay Holmes.
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
And now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Ball one and a pitch inside. The Mets could really use a win here in the thick of the postseason hunt.
Still a couple of months to go, Boog, but there's definitely a little more energy and pressure around each game right now. A win here would be a nice shot of momentum.
This to third. Toss to Alonso. They get him, but it was pretty close. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. Some power, but low on base and ranking towards the bottom in runs per game.
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level. If you're going to produce runs, give your pitchers an opportunity as they're facing tough offenses as well.
Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. And he grounds one to the right side. And foul ball. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. One out, base is empty. Hit in the air out to center field. Series sizing it up and makes the grab. And there's two down.
Batting first, the shortstop, Gunnar.
Two outs, base is empty. So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
And there's a strike.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. Scoreless after one. Second inning set to go. And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Eflin back to work. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Nicely done for the out.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Mark Vientos.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Hard hit to third. On to O'Hearn. He's out. Two up, two down in the top of the second.
Batting sixth, the catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Alvarez came up with 4 hits in his last game. And first offering is fouled off. Cut on and lifted in the air. Cowser makes the catch, inning over. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. And here's the veteran outfielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill.
Right through there for a strike. And that's in for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And it's a 1-out double for the first hit of the game.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
1 out, runner at second. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Beatty. Safe at first as they can't make the play. And next for the Orioles, Jackson Holliday. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. And that's in there at the knees. O'Hearn at second. Cowser over at first with 1 away. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Glove flip for 1. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. And now the rookie second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Acuna hitting 7th in today's lineup, and he was born in Venezuela. There's a swing and a drive. Mullins moving back for it. Grabs it right up against the wall.
Batting it, the third baseman, number 7, Brett.
Now here is Brett Beatty. Good power, not great in the OBP department. First pitch misses. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And now it's Jose Siri. Siri matched a homer in his last game. That one's in there. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Hammered, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
The batter, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
We all saw it was hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? StatCast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it, didn't it?
Runner on the move. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Mullins makes the catch. And that is that. So one hit is all they get. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. No score. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. That one fouled off.
All right, Boog. So I was scrolling through social media the other day, and a video of Adley popped up. It was a clip of him playing college football for Oregon State. How athletic is this guy? He tackled Stanford great Christian McCaffrey. Seriously, what can't Rushman do on the field?
Jorge Mateo, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Here's a hitter who's been strong in the clutch lately. Over the last 10 games, he's knocked in 10 runs.
1 ball, no strike.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Still tied at 0, last of the third. The 1-1 is fouled off. On the ground, right side, Acuna. And a couple of quick outs.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there.
Got
inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
There's a 1-1. And there's a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Got him. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Orioles held in check there, and we are still scoreless. Let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season.
Alonso.
To third, but that rolls foul. And that one lifted in the air center field. Mullins settles underneath it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
The batter, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto now. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. 4th inning underway, no score. Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball, still 0-2. On the ground, right side. Tosses to the pitcher, covering the bag. They get the out on Soto.
The left fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Grounded out his first time. And that is out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Two outs. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, designated hitter, Mark
Vientos. Up now for the Mets. Grounded out his first time. Now one missed. Hard hit left side. Tosses to first. Out. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Mets strand 1, and we're still knotted at 0. Bottom of the 4th, now the number 2 hitter, Jordan Westburg.
Third baseman, Jordan Westburg.
in there at the knees for a strike. Slider for a strike. Got him swinging.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
And into the box for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. Pounding ball here, rolls foul. Pitch misses there, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
O'Neill in the box now. No balls and a strike. And a big swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And the slider just misses. Dives, and he can't hang on. Still able to get it there in time. And they do get the out. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. Still no score. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Alvarez.
Eflin back to work. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one's back into the bullpen and gone. He circles the bases. His 19th home run of the year. It's 1-0. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing one over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So up next, Luis Angel Acuna. And that one fouled off.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Puts it away for the out. And now here is Brett Beatty. Fly to left his first time. He swings and fouls one off. One out, base is empty, and a run in. And we're at the top of the 5th. High fly ball, right field. Cowser sizes this one up. He makes the grab, and there's 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Jose Siri. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Lifted in the air, out to left. O'Neill. And that is that. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 1-0. You're dialed into the show. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
The first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Oh, 2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. ground ball left side down the line, and it's foul. And he hits a ground ball right side in plenty of time to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth.
Now batting, the right fielder, Colton Cowser.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Colton Cowser. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball one. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Swing and a ground ball, and that chance handled. Throws to first in time. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, number 7, designated hitter,
Jackson Holliday. The next to hit for the Orioles. He's 0 for 1.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And a 1-0. And a swing and a miss there.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Mets 1 and the Orioles nothing. Back now at Oriole Park. Start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Francisco Lindor. That one ripped. Gone into the flag cord. He'll circle the bases, his 23rd of the year, and they tack on to their lead. It's 2-0. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. In for a strike, 0-1.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
Now batting, right fielder, Juan.
Here's Juan Soto. He's grounded out a couple of times. Line drive, base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Now batting,
and that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory, average going up, OBP, everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
Now the Orioles manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Zach Eflin departs, just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching.
New pitcher coming on, the veteran, Andrew Kittredge.
Andrew Kittredge.
To the batter now, Brandon Nimmo.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out one time. That's good discipline right there.
Oh, that ball finds its way into the outfield. A base hit. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second.
Comes through with the RBI. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When
Mark.
it's hit that hard, it makes it
infield.
very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. And next is the designated hitter, Mark Vientos. And that's in there for a strike. Little slider that finds the mark.
All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point. Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open. Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can
swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is a big first out.
No, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
And here is Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Mullins in pursuit. And he makes the catch. Both runners tagging from second and third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and they lead by 4.
No, that's the third run of the inning, and this team is doing a nice job of executing at the plate right now.
Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. 0 for 2 in this one. That's to third. Whips it to first. He's out. They limit the damage here. So they get 3 runs on 4 hits. One was the solo homer. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Mets 4 and the Orioles nothing. Back here in Baltimore. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's Adley Rutschman. Rutschman, multi-time All-Star, 27 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2019.
You know, these Orioles just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
That's a strikeout. Good-looking sweeper there.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Second baseman.
And next for the Orioles, Jorge Mateo. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at-bat. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Right side, hard hit. Toss to Alonso. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, center fielder, Cedric Mullins.
Back to the top of the lineup, Cedric Mullins will hit next. Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Foul ball there. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. See ya. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They trail it here 4-0. Yennier Cano gets the call from the pen.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Get here. Strikeout.
So digging in, Brett Beatty.
The third baseman, Brett Beatty.
On the ground, right side. That's the first out, the top of the seventh.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jose.
So up next, Jose Siri, 1 for 2. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed, if he can get on.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. See you later. Home run number 15 on the year, and they boost their lead. It's 5-zip. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He's already homered here in this one. The shortstop takes the ball. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. And that one is lifted in the air. O'Neill makes the catch. 2 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
2 outs, base is empty. Pete Alonso digs in now. 1 for 3. And a foul ball. The 0-1. Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast, and the lead is now 5-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture. That's through there for a strike. On the ground right side, Acuna sends it to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Now batting, shortstop Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson now at the plate. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, and that drops in for a strike.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
The Mets leading by 5 here at the bottom of the 7th. Just misses. Inside. And it's 1-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 1 down, base is empty.
Ball 2. 2-2.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
O'Neill.
Two down, base is empty. Here's Tyler O'Neill. Right through there for a strike. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
In the air, right field. Soto really on his horse for it. Can't get to this one. And they have their first base runner since the second inning. Not stopping. He's going for 3. And this is going to be a 2-out triple.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Recognize the break on that pitch early, and that allowed him to keep his front shoulder in. You know, it's easy to bail on those front door breaking balls, but a great job right there of letting it travel, then unloading a nice balanced swing.
At the plate, Ryan O'Hearn in there at the knees.
No balls. 1 strike.
O'Neill on third with 2 out. That's hard hit on the line. And that ends the inning. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. It's the Mets 5 and the Orioles nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the right fielder, Juan Soto. Cano back to work. Hard hit right side. Mateo sends it to first. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. And first offering is fouled off. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Man at first with 1 gone. Next to hit, Mark Vientos. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. To second for 1. On to first, double play, and that's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Mets 5 and the Orioles nothing.
Now pitching for the Mets.
Minter will take over.
Number 33.
Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days.
Minter.
And into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser.
The right fielder, Colton Cowser.
Late on that fastball.
0-1.
And that one fouled off. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Now here's the Orioles DH, Jackson Holliday. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
No balls. 1 strike.
Foul ball. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
The catcher, number 35.
Now the Orioles catcher, Adley Rutschman.
So, with the purpose, there is a reason. And then if I retreat, then I'm worth pulling the trees. And man, I want to be blameless. Strange and unashamed, as about as tame as a flame is. Timid as a lion, quiet as a...
Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And he deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. It's 5-0. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Felix Bautista.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. Cowser hauls it in, and there's one away.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Luis
And
Angel
next for the Mets,
Acuna.
Luis Angel Acuna. 0 for 3 in this one. Bautista, a 6'8" righty. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, and he works in a slider. One down, base is empty. Late with the swing there.
That was straight queso right there.
2 strikes.
On the ground, right side. Jump throw. And it beats him. What a play.
The third baseman, number 7, Brett.
Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts. And a ground out. Line drive, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
2 outs, runner at first. Jose Siri up now for the Mets. That one down the line. And that is that. 1 hit, 1 left. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. It's the Mets 5 and the Orioles nothing.
Now pitching for
Back
New York.
now, and on the mound, the
Number
closer,
39.
Edwin Diaz.
Edwin.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
And into the box for
Leading off,
Baltimore,
for
Jorge
Orioles,
Mateo.
the second baseman.
If there's nobody on in front of him, a single for him many times is a double. This guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first
No
base.
ball. 1 strike.
Fought off foul. On the ground to the left.
That's a foul
And it
ball.
goes just foul. In the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Up next for the Orioles.
Here's the Orioles
fielder,
leadoff hitter, Cedric Mullins. Swing and a miss, 99. How do you do? Runner at first with no outs here. Next offering is in for a strike.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Got him looking as the fastball runs back over the inside corner.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Alonso The throw to second is offline.
The batter, number 2.
A potential double play ball hit to first is probably the toughest one to execute cleanly. That first baseman, he's got a very tough throwing lane to deal with because of the runner headed to second base, and a lot of times guys try to throw over or around the runner, which can really mess up a throw like that. Still, definitely an error, though.
Henderson stands in now and watches strike one. Clips the corner. 0-2 now. Runners at first and second with one gone. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Oh, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
Acuna on to first. Ball game. And the Mets have won 4 in a row.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. Never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
5-0 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by the Game of the Week. I'm John Shambi. We'll talk to you soon.